Hey guys, I'm Taylor from Kinpatsu Cosplay and we're back with another KDA cosplay tutorial. This time we're going to be showing you guys how to make Evelyn's Lashers. Thanks again to Riot Games for sponsoring this video. If you missed our video last week for Kaisa's blasters, be sure to check it out. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss what we have in store next week.
Just like with Kaisa, we have a free pattern available for you guys to download on our website to make your lashers. Print out the template and trace the base of the lashers onto 5mm EVA foam. Then you can cut out the pieces with a craft knife. These long foam strips will form the arms for the lashers. To cover the foam pieces, we're using this beautiful Yaya oil slick scale fabric. And we're using a black stretch pleather. Trace around your template onto the back side of the fabrics. You can then cut out the pieces with sharp scissors. Leave about 1/2 inch seam allowance around the edges. When your pieces are cut out, you will have 2 pieces of the scale fabric and 2 pieces of the black pleather. Pin together the scale fabric and the pleather with the right side of the fabric facing inwards. Then you can sew around the edges with a sewing machine. Leave the back and front end of the lashers open. You can now flip the fabric pieces inside out through these openings. Now you have 2 fabric coverings to go over your foam pieces. To make the spikes that go on top of the lashers, we're using foam clay from Lumins workshop. Roll your clay into spike shapes and then let them dry completely. Next is Evelyn's claws. For this you'll need more 5mm EVA foam. Trace around your pattern pieces onto the 5mm foam. Then you can cut the pieces out with a craft knife or some scissors. You will need to cut some of the edges at an angle so that they form the right shape. We have indicated which edges need to be cut at what angles on our pattern. You can then start to glue together the pieces with contact adhesive. Glue together the pyramid-shaped spikes on each side of her claws. Then you can glue together the pyramid that forms the gem in the center of her claws. Leave this center gem separate for now. After that, you can glue together the pieces for the gem casing to go over the gem. And finally, you can glue together the triangular edges at the back of the claws. At this point, all your pieces should look like this. Now you need to cover the gem in a shiny blue vinyl. Trace around your pattern onto the vinyl and cut out the pieces. Apply contact glue to your foam shape. Then when the glue is tacky, you can lay the vinyl over the foam to cover it. When you're done, you'll have a super shiny gem. Now you can start to assemble the claws. Glue the foam casing over the gem you just covered. Then you can glue this directly to your claw base. After that, you can then glue on the 2 pyramid claws on each side. And finally, you can glue down the triangle edges at the back. Now your claw construction is done. Next, you'll need to prime your foam spikes and claws. Start by masking your gem in the center. You will need to prime the foam to remove the spongy texture. To do this, we used PVA glue for a super smooth finish, but you can also use Flex Blond or Plasti Dip for a flexible result. Paint on a few layers of your primer, letting each layer dry in between. When you're done, your foam will be shiny and smooth. Now you can paint your claws and spikes. To do this, we're using our airbrush and some Createx Airbrush Paints. Start by spraying on a glossy black base coat. Then you can spray the pieces silver. To do this, we're using a coarse aluminium paint. Then we sprayed on a layer of Quicksilver chrome to make it extra shiny. You can also add in some darker shadows in the crevices. Now you can remove your tape and reveal your gem. The next step is to create a frame to support everything. We originally tried to use aluminium wire for this, but it wasn't strong enough. I recommend using a steel wire so you have enough support. Cut a piece of wire long enough for your lashers and your frame at the back. You can then bend your wire to form the shape of the harness at the back. The shape should look kind of like an M. To reinforce the wire frame more, you can make an extra M shape, then use this to wrap around your frame. Use another piece of wire to connect the frame in the center and give it strength and stability. You can secure this with a bit of duct tape. Using hot glue, you can connect straps onto the harness base to form a kind of backpack. We also added another strap later around the ribs to keep the harness against your body. With the harness section done, you can now start to assemble everything. Before you glue down your foam, first slide your fabric cover all the way up the wire to the top of the frame. You can then cut a V-shaped channel all the way along the center of your foam strip. Glue your wire into the channel you just cut. Then you can glue a strip of 2mm EVA foam on top of this to secure the wire in place. Now you can slide your fabric covering over your EVA foam piece. Glue and fold the end of your sleeve to secure it. Place your harness onto a mannequin to then shape the lashers. Bend the wire into position, creating whatever shape you want. Now you can glue on your foam claws to the ends with contact adhesive. And finally, you can glue on your foam spikes. Now your KDA Evelynn lashers are complete.